The movie I'll be reviewing today is Blink Twice, the directorial debut from Zoë Kravitz. The film follows Frida, a young woman living in a mold-filled, crummy apartment with her roommate Jess, while the two work as banquet servers. Frida and Jess work an event for Slater King, played by Channing Tatum. King is a handsome tech billionaire, problematic for reasons unknown to the audience. At the event, Frida and Jess finagle their way into partying with Slater King and his entourage, ultimately leading King to invite Frida and Jess to his private island for a tropical getaway. On the jet there, we see a colorful cast of characters that will be joining them on the tropical getaway, including actors like Christian Slater, Haley Joel Osment, Simon Rex, and Adria Arjona. When they first arrive at the private island, it really does seem like paradise, with days of gorgeous weather while partying poolside, personal bungalows, bottomless champagne, luxurious meals, topping it all off with designer drugs in the evening. But that's when the feeling of unease begins to set in. Frida struggles with the cognitive dissonance she experiences, wanting to continue living this idyllic, dreamlike life while fighting against the feeling that something is terribly, terribly wrong at this island. I won't get into it any further because I want you guys to be able to see it spoiler free. I really enjoyed this movie. It was thrilling, it was disturbing, it was thought provoking, and what I consider a sign of any good movie is that it continued to occupy my mind in the days after I saw it. It was an original idea that tackled some very difficult themes while still managing to be entertaining and even funny at times. That was another thing. This movie was surprisingly, genuinely funny. There were a lot of laughs in my theater, which I just didn't expect from this movie at all. While it is most certainly a thriller slash drama, this movie has a lot of comic relief cooked into it, which definitely helps to provide some levity in between some of those darker scenes. This was a really awesome ensemble cast. Everybody honestly crushed it. I think a lot of the characters kind of felt like caricatures of real people, which sounds like a critique, but in reality, I think it really lended itself to the final product of the film. The acting performances were stellar, top to bottom, and there was a really great score that helped to kind of add to that anxiety and dread that you felt building throughout the entire movie. Again, I don't want to say too much, but I just really loved this idea of creating this juxtaposition between this beautiful oasis that's like akin to Shangri-La and then having this darkness that's just lurking beneath the surface. I love the imagery of this movie, which was rife with metaphors and poignant lines of dialogue. I will say I do wish they developed Frida's character a little bit further. I just wanted to know a little bit more about her and what her motivations were. We don't know all that much about her, and I think it would have been even more impactful than it already is if we were able to resonate with her a little bit further than we already do. There are some scenes in the film I kind of wish had been done a little bit differently, which brings me to the ending. I personally just didn't really care for the ending. And when I say ending, I really just mean this final 5 minute sequence or maybe even less. Personally, I just didn't really feel like it worked for me. And I think if they would have cut it maybe 5 minutes before that, it probably would have been kind of like a perfect ending, in my opinion. I get the point that it was making, and I can even appreciate it, but I personally just wish it would have ended differently. All that being said, I really enjoyed this movie. I had a great time seeing it in theaters, and I love the concept and everything that it brought forth. I highly encourage you going out to theaters and seeing it. Zoe Kravitz is definitely on my list of directors to watch going forward, as she did an awesome job with her first feature film. Go see Blink Twice in theaters while you still can. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, add a comment, and let me know what movie you think I should review next. I'm going to be doing this on a weekly basis, so subscribe to stay tuned. Thanks all.